what's up? I'm back with another episode of Jonathan's Rants and Reviews. And let's talk about some more Comic-Con stuff, because it's finna go down for the rest of the week. I'm gonna be bringing you non-stop coverage of what's going on. I'm not gonna be there, because clearly I'm not in San Diego, I'm in my room. So, yeah. But, just gonna give you this news when it drops, keep you updated on what's going on. I love this Superman shirt. Makes it look like I got more muscles. I'm not gonna flex. Y'all need to see that. You're not ready for it. But we're gonna talk about Deadpool. And for those of you who don't know who Deadpool is, this guy, Deadpool, all around funny guy. I'm gonna show you a picture of him. Real quick, actually, I'm sorry, that was a piece of trash picture. That was from X-Men Origins. That movie is a piece of trash. Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool in that movie, and it was a piece of trash. He looked like trash. He looked like Baraka with his mouth sewed closed, with two long blades in his arms, which couldn't fit in his forearms at all. It's stupid. Don't watch that movie. Let me show you what he's gonna look like in the new movie after Days of Future Past, because, you know, they fixed the whole X-Men timeline and the Fantastic Four timeline, so everything ties in together, and it's all more like the comics, and it's all confusing. So, let me show you how he's actually supposed to look, and how Ryan Reynolds is doing the character justice. Yeah, so that was the Entertainment Weekly cover for, you know, Comic-Con and Daredevil. They had a Batman vs. Superman one, which I covered a couple days ago, so I guess you could go watch that. I mean, it's a kind of long video, but it's a fun video. So, yeah. Deadpool. Let me tell you about Deadpool. He breaks the fourth wall constantly. So, pretty much, let's just say everybody else is acting, and what he'll do, like, he'll be talking, interacting. He'll, like, stop what's going on with the acting. He'll look at the camera like I'm doing right now, and he will talk to you. He is hilarious. He loves chimichangas. He loves guns and killing people and swords and guns, and he has a messed up face. And he loves talking to Wolverine and the X-Men. He tries to join the X-Men constantly, but it never happens. That's what Deadpool is. He's hilarious. Chimichangas. Yeah. I could go for some of those right now. Yeah, but there are a whole bunch of pictures that are dropping, so I'm going to show you about two at a time, and I'm going to discuss the pictures that are being shown. So, yeah, that was him shooting a teddy bear, and, you know, why not? The world needs less teddy bears. I don't like them when they're watching me. I don't like them. I don't trust the teddy bears. Have you seen Ted? That's a funny movie. Back on topic. Yeah, shooting a teddy bear. And then that chick next to Deadpool, while they were standing in front of the cab, she has a really long name in the comics. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's Negosonic Teenage Warhead. It's a stupid name, so I'm just going to call her Warhead throughout this review. You'll know who I'm talking about. Not much is known about this character in the comics, except for she's in the Hellfire Club. And the Hellfire Club was in X-Men First Class, but that took place in the 60s, and I think Deadpool takes place either in present time or in the 90s or 80s. I don't know, because not much has been revealed on what time period it takes place in, but apparently it crosses over with the X-Men movies and all that good stuff. It's going to cross over with all that stuff. But X-Men Apocalypse, I'm going to get to that in the review too, but yeah. I mean, they're all supposed to tie into each other, but if this takes place in, like, the 90s or present day, then how is it going to cross over with the X-Men movies, which now take place in the 80s? And then how is that all this going to cross over with the Fantastic Four? But the Fantastic Four, I think that takes place now. Time travel. It's confusing. Comic books are confusing. That's why they don't do it too much in movies. That's why they don't do too much time travel. It gets confusing, like in Terminator Genesis. I'll review that eventually. Yeah, but once again, for those of you who really don't know the character of Deadpool and like his powers, his name is Wade Wilson. It's a kind of parody of Slade Wilson, Deathstroke from DC. I'll explain who he is later. Well, I explained who he was in my last video, so I guess you can go check that out if you'd like. Yeah, he's a mercenary. They call him the Merc with the Mouth because he talks a lot. He's hilarious. But when he starts killing people, he's serious. He's into his job. And he has a healing factor, much like Wolverine. But his works, I think... Well, it depends on who's writing the comic, but sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower. But this dude, Deadpool can lose a limb and put it back on, and it'll, like, he can put it back on. Like, a lot of times he gets his head cut off, he can put it back on. He gets shot in the head, he can heal. So, yeah. That's it. He has a scarred face. That's all you need to know. He's a funny guy. Go see the movie when it comes out. Ryan Reynolds is doing the fans justice. He's doing me justice. That suit looks exactly like the toy I just showed you. Yeah. And Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She looks cool for, I guess, the movie purposes. So that's going to tie into the next picture. So, I'm going to show it to you. So that was her in a very, very comic book accurate X-Men outfit, but I don't think she's going to be a member of the X-Men in the movies. And I'm talking really fast because I don't want to waste time. So, like, the last time we saw a X-Men outfit that was that close to the comics, I would say it was in X-Men First Class, but that took place in the 60s. And we don't know when this movie takes place. And she has an X-Men outfit on. That looks like an X-Men outfit. It's the yellow and the blue. That's how X-Men outfits look. So, are they going to look like that in X-Men Apocalypse? Well, we don't know how the X-Men are going to look. We've only seen set pictures and some released photos, but they're not in X-Men suits. There you go. And that chick who was choking Weasel on the wall, that's Dust. She's another mutant. She's not important. She turns into dust. I'm serious. It's a stupid power. She turns into dust. But Weasel is one of Deadpool's best friends. Enough said. He's funny too. Next picture. Deadpool sitting on an overpass, drawing a picture with some coloring markers, with coloring crayons. You know, listening to music. It was released, well, we all think, because we saw set photos and set videos, and I mean, that's what they said. They're refilming the stuff from the test footage, so if you haven't seen the test footage, I really do suggest you look it up. It's nice. But, I mean, it'll sum up to you what Deadpool is, if you don't know who he is. So, yeah, it's hilarious, and it's good, it's violent, it's action-packed. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he's sitting up there on the overpass listening to Gwen Stefani. He's like, I ate some bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-N. And then, like, he's just coloring. And then he breaks the fourth wall. He looks over at the people. He's like, oh, hello, everybody in the audience. I'm wearing this suit so the villains won't see me bleed. Yeah. And then he drops off the overpass and he gets into traffic and like he's fighting the bad guy. Cuts the dude's head off. He draws a picture of him before he cuts the dude's head off. It's awesome. Enough said. Next picture. Yeah, Deadpool, he needs a ride to Comic-Con. And that's it. I mean, he's going to be there. See, Deadpool is the only person in the Marvel... Well, he's not the only one, but he's one of the very, like, few select members of the Marvel Universe who is actually aware that they are characters, that they are comic book characters, or movie characters in this situation. They're aware. They're self-aware. They know it. That's why they break the fourth wall and talk to the audience, because they can. They know it. Yeah. I guess that's all I gotta say about Deadpool. I think the movie's gonna be really good. Colossus is gonna be in it, and if you don't know who Colossus is, why wouldn't you? He's the big dude from the X-Men movies that turns into all metal. The Russian one, but he's not Russian in the past movies, but I guess he's gonna be Russian in the new ones. Yeah, Colossus. And Copycat's gonna be in there. She's a mutant. Sometimes she's one of Deadpool's love interests, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a love interest in the movie. She basically has the same powers as Mystique, but she can actually replicate in, like if she turns into another mutant, she can literally have that power exactly. So, she's kind of better than Mystique. But you wouldn't know that according to the movies, because Mystique is awesome. Now let's talk about X-Men. See, it's a segue. It's talking about Mystique, and Mystique is in the X-Men movie. She's going to be in the new X-Men movie, X-Men Apocalypse. Boom. Segue. What can I say? X-Men Apocalypse looks good. They're up in Canada, I think, filming. Yeah, I mean, James McAvoy, who is playing the young Patrick Stewart, Professor X. He's bald now, so he's ready. Havoc, who's in X-Men First Class and a bit of X-Men Days of Future Past, who is Cyclops' older brother, for those of you who don't know, but I mean, his last name is Summers, so why wouldn't you know it? I'm getting you caught up here. But yeah, he's going to be in the movie. Beast, the young Beast, is going to be in the movie. Magneto, and once again, young one. Jennifer Lawrence is back as Mystique, And we got some new cast members, because I never really covered X-Men Apocalypse, and I think there's been stuff dropping, and I just haven't brought it to you, so I'm going to bring it to you now. Yeah, I haven't been as excited about the X-Men stuff, but I'm bringing you the coverage, because I care about the fans. You may not be fans yet either, but you're going to be after this video, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, they released some pictures of Archangel, which is Angel with robot wings, robo wings, young Nightcrawler. They recast Storm, and the girl who played Aaliyah in that Aaliyah movie is Alexandra Shipp. She's going to be Storm, chick from Game of Thrones. I can't remember her name, but she's going to be Jean, and then we got a new Cyclops, and then Hugh Jackman's going to come back as Wolverine for, I guess, one scene. I mean, Jubilee is going to be in the movie. I mean, it looks good. Oscar Isaac, who is going to play Poe Dameron in Star Wars Episode 7. He's going to be Apocalypse. Enough said about the X-Men movie. So let's move on to, well, where do we go from here? I guess we go to Aunt May, because she has just been recast for, the new Spider-Man movies that are coming up that are going to tie in with the Avengers. She's been cast, Aunt May. I'm going to show you a picture of who she is. Yeah, and if you don't know who the actress is who's portraying her in that picture, her name is Marisa Tomei. I've seen her in a couple of things. None that I could name. I mean, I don't really quite remember what she's been in, but I know she's a good actor, and people online are losing it in a good way, though. And it's kind of a mixed bag, I guess. Some people are like, oh yeah, awesome, we're getting a new Aunt May. She's young, because she's like 50, but she looks like she's like 30-something. She looks like she's in her 30s. So, yeah, and everybody's all like, she's way too hot to be Aunt May, and she's way too young to be Aunt May, and I'm like, I don't care, as long as Peter has an aunt that loves him and that cares about him. That's all I care about. Like, that's all I can ask for Aunt May, because I mean, she's Aunt May. There's not much going on there. I mean, as long as she cares about Peter and Uncle Ben is dead, that's it. Enough said. Ant-Man. A whole bunch of stuff is happening with Ant-Man. A whole bunch of new trailers. That's going down. But the movie looks really good. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm doing this with my hands a lot. That's all I can say. Ant-Man looks really good. The reviews from people who went to the premiere, they're saying it's really good. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of my favorite Marvel movies, because I like Ant-Man. That's a toy box right there. That's an Ant-Man toy box. And that's a Wasp toy box, who it will be Hope Van Dyne in the movie, played by Evangeline Lilly. Yeah. T.I. is in the movie. Tip Harris. T.I. He's in the movie. A couple people in the movie. The movie looks really good. A whole bunch of shrinking and growing and fighting. and silliness. Enough said. Fantastic Four. That's gonna be at Comic-Con as well. Because Fox owns the rights to the Fantastic Four, the Deadpool, and the X-Men. So all that ties into each other. I mean, none of it's really been confirmed. They said Deadpool's with the X-Men because that's just what he is. Deadpool is an X-Men character. But, yeah. It's all going to tie into each other. The new Fantastic Four. I mean, that movie looks cool. They said they're going to get their comic book outfits at the end of the movie. Dr. Doom looks cool. The Thing's not wearing any pants still. Yeah. Enough said. Enough said, people. Enough said. I could bring you some drawings. Would you like that? I'll come back with the hat and some drawings. Let's do that. Yeah, Wolverine mask. Wolverine mask. I got this when I was 3. Came with claws, lost the claws. I do have some more news, so I'm going to do it in the Wolverine mask. Elodie Young, I believe that's her name. She has been cast as Elektra in the Daredevil series on Netflix, and I should review that, but I don't know. I don't know, because it's a show, and sometimes when I review shows or like I do coverage over the TV shows, they don't get many views. But then again, my videos don't get that many views anyway. But whatever. Who knows? I might review Daredevil. I didn't give you any of this coverage. There was a period of time where I just wasn't giving you anything. I'm pretty sure you've heard it by now, which is unfortunate. Because like I'm supposed to be that guy that you come to. But this week, I won't let you down. Wolverine doesn't let anybody down. Bub. John Bernthal. He was cast as the Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. The show is really good, people. I give it a 9 out of 10. Well, actually a 9.5. That's my favorite superhero show. And I love The Flash, but that's my favorite one. Daredevil. So, let me show you a picture that I drew. Bub. Yeah, I'm working on a Spidey-Man picture. Bunch of Spider-Mans and women's. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Gravity. Yeah, that's it. Get off my channel. Get out of here. That's it. I'm done with this video. I'll see you whenever some news drops. Claws, Wolverine, cigars, Canadian, bub, sideburns, mutton chops, the Jean Grey and Storm, I love them. Wolverine.